action.
I was waiting for like, what am I supposed to do with my hands? So the question for this episode is your relationship coming to an end or is it doomed to fail? How do you know when it's time to end it?
They let it talk down when I'm not around, yeah. It's only tied down when I'm out of town, no. I don't trust many when I'm in the city. I never been a shooter, but I keep them with me. Watch them steal the style and say they inspire.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of
Talk Down.
We appreciate y'all. Episode, yes,
10.
That's a milestone, guys. We've gotten to 10. Wow. A pat on the backs. Pat on the backs for everybody and you watching. If this is your 10th episode, pat yourself on the back. You already know what it is. It's your boy. Wait, you know what, guys? I just installed this app and I wanted to try it out. Check it out. Hold on.
What is this app you speak of?
Oh, there it is. Y'all see that?
Shit.
It's your boy Ryan, y'all already know what it is, checking in. Did it work?
I might need to watch that. Actually, for me, I got some goodies.
Uh-oh, he got presents. He got presents.
I got presents.
Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Oh, what the? There it is. Wow. That's a nice one. So yeah, guys, welcome back. We appreciate you always coming back and checking in.
This is going to be a topic on relationships. So if you're evaluating or you're on the fence, this is your episode.
Yes.
One of the key questions that I wanted to ask before we even started is, one of the hardest parts in life is deciding whether to walk away or whether to try harder.
Do you feel like if you walk away, you're giving up or you didn't try hard enough?
I think that that's person specific, but I've been of the school where I've always been, you've ever heard that saying, if you love something, let it go, it'll come back to you as yours.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, but I tried that when I was younger.
How many times did it come back?
Survey set.
Never, bro. Because most of the times, a lot of the problems probably stem from myself. I've learned not to do any blaming here, but sometimes you are hitting your head against the wall. And no matter what you do, some people just are not compatible.
True.
And the key is picking and choosing your battles, especially with that point, whether to walk away or try harder. Now let's delve into some key smaller nuances in a relationship that you are maybe missing completely, that you're just justifying as part of the struggle or part of the battle. Yeah,
part of the process.
Exactly.
Kind of making excuses for
Yeah.
yourself and for your partner.
How often are the little things being done now? In the wooing stage, and you're really intrigued by this person, and you
Do
know
you feel
wanna
like
build
some people
something.
go out of their ways to try to like oh, let me show them that I could do this, or
And you
like
yeah.
being extra cute and shit. Like,
Would you like to see the smile that I use when I pose for photographs?
Yes, please. Do you want to see the face I make when I see a snake made out of candy?
Yes. That's good.
look, I'm not saying I'm against being cute. I'm with that. Like, I'm always appreciative of all efforts. And trust me, I'm very detail oriented where I pay attention and I notice that shit. I'm with that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but when is it like taking it to the top where it's not like something you would normally do? And I think in a relationship, you normally don't do stuff for somebody you don't really care about. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's part of the problem. When we like someone so much that we meet,
you probably just put the cherry on the top too
we
much.
get out of character a little
Facts.
bit. And
I'm guilty of that. I ain't gonna lie.
And then we set an expectation.
Facts.
So now the eating together, I can't do it without, making sure that she's good or he's good. Now the text messages, oh, I need to make sure that I hit them up when I'm doing this, and that.
Yeah.
Those are all setting expectations. Now you're dangerously putting yourself on a different platform.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm putting the pussy up on a pedestal.
Right.
That's it. It's pussalaya, right?
Doing things that are normally not things that you're gonna do. So when you do settle with this person, now those expectations as time goes, if they're not met,
yeah.
then
Yo,
what happens?
I'm gonna keep it G. I feel like some of my better relationships were the ones that had zero expectations.
When you're just able to
just
be
going
yourself.
with the fucking flow.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens, and those relationships flourished, man. Like the ones that I was like, yo, I need this to happen, I need that to happen, I need this to happen. None of that shit ever happened.
And then things like chivalry dies. You're no longer with the gentleman that you thought you had.
Don't y'all feel that way? Like men aren't gentlemen anymore? Chivalry is dead, and women killed it.
The door opening is no longer happening.
Yeah.
The smaller things. Another thing that I think is really key to ask yourself here is this a toxic relationship? Are you guys always fighting?
Personally, when you feel like a relationship is super toxic, like where you feel like, damn, I gotta get out before I start sinking in this shit.
I think when things like contempt come to play. where now anytime that you see the person that you're supposed to be fully vested in, when you see this person and there's contempt there and your arguments, small arguments, you turn it into 0 to 60. It's something that now is
Small
the end
things
of the
become
world.
bigger things,
Yeah.
You're at a hospital where you need to be. Get out of my car.
When in reality, these things shouldn't trigger you that way.
Yeah, facts.
I think that that's one of those when you start feeling like you should love this person, but there's more of like an anger. Like if this person cheated on you and you had to forgive. Forgiving means letting it go.
Completely.
Yeah, and never bringing that up again. But when you find yourself using that as your trump card, using that as your ace up your sleeve, and saying, yeah, but you remember the time that I forgave you? There's another thing that needs to be reevaluated. Don't you think?
I agree completely. Like, I've been guilty of doing that back in the day when I was younger. I've definitely learned to let go, and if I am giving somebody a second chance, that I'm being as open as I can, because like I used to hold stuff against people and probably do that without even trying to do it, just naturally, like, oh, but remember this or remember that. But now it's like, nah, like I'm over it. Like if something happens and we had a disagreement, I'm off of it, like whatever. I try not to hold on to stuff too long, because like you said, like that usually, I mean,
it snowballs.
Yeah.
You want to measure the extremes. A relationship always has extremes, right?
Absolutely.
It's always hot and cold.
It's either a high or very low.
Yeah, but I think the key to a flourishing relationship and something that works, and again, I'm a single guy, but I'm going off based off of experience and knowing a lot of people and knowing a lot of failure around me in different relationships. Part of it is understanding yourself and being comfortable with yourself the most, and knowing that the other person, even though that you want that person to be your other half, that person shouldn't carry the load, and neither should you. They shouldn't make up the sum of the relationship. You know, it should be an equal split of 100%.
Yeah, I always say that. I hate when I hear people say, oh, 50-50, or like, nah, it's like you bring your 100, I bring my 100,
and that complements. Yeah,
I shouldn't be relying on you, you shouldn't be relying on me. If anything, we look to help each other, but it shouldn't be somebody like, oh, I need you for this, or you need me for that. Of course, I'm going to be helping you with stuff that you're not good at, or and vice versa, but that shouldn't be the base of the relationship.
Another thing is people will say, but I've been with this person for X amount of years. Are you a slave to time invested?
Why don't you get your ragged ass up and go home?
Sit and think about that. Are you really with this person because of the time you have invested?
I don't give a fuck if it's first, second, third, or whatever. I put my damn ass out.
Definitely harder to let go when you got more time invested.
Right?
Yeah, naturally, I feel like it is. Just like, because you're like, damn, I got so much. Think about it.
But let me stop you there real quick. Devil's advocate here. You know, I like playing it here. The I is the first thing that came out when it's about 100%, 50-50. I invested so much time in this.
Yeah.
But you're wasting your own time by continuing it, though, isn't
absolutely.
it? And that's just hindsight.
Yeah, after the fact you see it. But while you're in, you got all these love juices going in.
Oh dear.
I think she's actually hurt.
No, I think she is.
Yeah, she's hurt.
And all of that stuff. Like, I guess you just lose the train of thought that you are maybe wasting time.
I think that's the biggest piece. So the time invested. You have all this time. What else have you allowed? Is it easier for you to do things like lie to your partner? Or is it easier for you to mistrust your partner? These are also things that are bad. These are things that start adding up, because trust is one of the foundations of a relationship to me. The minute you mistrust
or doubt somebody,
and
trust me, people can read that. People can see that.
Everything is expected, but nothing is appreciated. What exactly did you mean by that?
Honestly, I feel like we live in a day and age where majority of us do things second nature for like our significant others. And I'm not saying we do stuff to be like thanked or reciprocated, or like, oh, great job, pat on the fucking back. Like, nah, it's not that. But like, I feel like certain things go unnoticed. Like, even the above and beyond things go unnoticed.
They're taken for granted?
Yes, they get taken for granted. And it's like, as an individual, I don't need acknowledgement, but a thank you goes a long way. Like, I always try to tell people, yo, saying thank you and actually meaning it in a genuine way means something to some people. Like, and some people don't ever say shit. It's like, damn, like, that's how you feel? Like, it feels like normal to them. So it's like, they don't feel like you're doing anything extra, or you're like, to understand that nobody else is doing that for them, or maybe other people are doing it for them.
When this compounds, do you feel like that adds to you evaluating whether this relationship is going to work for you or not?
Absolutely, I take that into account for sure.
Do you feel like, do you approach it
Do I stop doing that shit?
You gotta be nice for what to these niggas?
Yeah, like, do you distance yourself from doing those things?
Unknowingly, yes, I distance myself without even trying, because it's like, all right, here I go, I'm gonna do something, and that's not like, hold on, let me rephrase this, because let me backtrack, because it comes off like I need appreciation. I need somebody to tell me I'm doing something that I'm supposed to be doing.
Needy Ryan.
Nah, it's not about that. But you know the difference when somebody is doing something for you, and like, yo, when somebody does something for me that I don't need them to do or is not expected, I always say thank you. Maybe it's just how I deal with it. Maybe that's not how they do it, so, I mean, I'm thinking too deep into it, but for me personally, I always like to thank anyone and everyone for whatever they do for me. Because I know at the end of the day, they don't have to do that.
All right.
And everybody's not built like me, I guess. Sorry.
Another thing to take a look at in a relationship, speaking of distancing, is how available is your partner? Or how available are you making yourself to your partner?
Yeah.
How often are you planning on seeing this person or being around this person? Because part of it is you have to be together. You have to be around each other. No?
It's a relationship for a reason. You're trying to build the bond. You're trying to build chemistry. You can't do that shit texting all day.
You're not delivering fucking mail with horses anymore.
Yeah.
Like. You're not living.
Yo, I gotta see you. I don't know about y'all, but if I'm caring about somebody, and I genuinely enjoy the company of somebody I care about, so like, I gotta see that person. Call me needy, I don't give a damn, but I need to see somebody that I care about. I need to build that connection.
Yeah, and I think physical is part of it.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it's not all of it, but it's part of it. When you speak of that and you talk about future plans, your partner, anytime that they mention their future plans or you mention yours, do you include your partner in it?
I want to ask you guys a question, and you can comment in the section below. Your whatever current relationship you're in now, if you're single like us, then don't answer this. But in the comments below, let us know, do you ever think about future plans with your significant other? Just say boyfriend or girlfriend, not fiance or your wife or husband or that. Your girlfriend right now or your boyfriend right now, do you ever think about, damn, I do see a future with this person, or make decisions based on a future with that person, right? Obviously, further along down the road that you have a steady relationship. My mom told me I just started dating, but like, you take that into account that they might be with you down the road for 5 years or whatever, or next year or whatever.
Yeah, so feel free to answer that.
Let us know. I'm curious.
I'm curious too as well. Another thing that I noticed, and I used to do this when I was younger, so I know that this is one of those pain points, is demanding proofs of love. If you love me, you should do this. You're like holding this person hostage, or you're like looking to validate your love, when love should just be on the surface and beneath the surface and unspoken of.
It should speak for itself.
Yeah, you shouldn't have
But that's the thing. Some people don't feel it, so they need to hear it. They need to see it. For me, I feel like my love speaks for itself. I don't have to tell somebody I love them.
So chances are that that's not the relationship you should be in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If you feel like you have to demand proof of love, your relationship is
That's another key element that your relationship is trash.
Sorry. Throw that shit out.
In a relationship, does your partner have unhealthy attachments? Whether it's drugs, whether it's an unhealthy attachment to their ex. I mean, it's okay to respect your ex, but do you have to be best friends with them? I don't think so.
But we're supposed to be friends forever.
And alcohol. Have you been putting up with these things?
You think it's harder for people to escape those relationships when it's like...
Yeah, because you don't know how much that person depends on you until you're ready to leave them.
Yeah, like we talked about in that last episode where... And that's when they try to make you dependent on them again.
And make you feel bad about it.
Yeah, they try to flip the script.
Yeah.
It just makes the relationship even worse.
So it's like, do you want to stick around and help this person through it?
I think that's what they try to do. They try to make you feel bad because obviously they know you have feelings for them. So they're like, oh, no, I gotta help them. And...
But it's an unhealthy attachment.
Nah, for sure.
And unhealthy means that you have to be willing to put your own best interests to the side in order to make that happen. Yeah. So that's one of those things that are very important. Do you or does your partner put you first? Let's remove kids. Let's remove the family, because those are a given.
Can you tell if somebody's making you a priority or not?
You know, I'd like to think that I have enough insight and I'm in enough fortitude to know that. But a lot of times, your feelings for someone, you tend to really like justify a lot of stuff that goes on. There are indicators. Is this person making the same time that they were making before for you?
Or do you feel like, damn, I'm making mad time for this person, they're not making time for me? Have you ever felt like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. With failure comes success. I haven't succeeded in one yet, but I have plenty of failures.
Same. Hashtag single.
Hashtag single life. Hashtag doomed to be single forever. Another thing is, how often are you affectionate?
I love me.
Is sex carrying your relationship? Are you going through sexual extremes? where now you're only having sex with this person, or you no longer ever having sex with this person. Now those are extremes. You're in that point. How do you get out of it? Are you accepting? Are you willing to accept that?
Are you in too deep? Put no pun intended.
Hey.
Like, yo, I feel like people who have that sexual connection, it's so much harder to drive yourself out of that because it's like, damn, it's good though. Like, so you kind of like try to justify, like, okay, yeah, maybe it's not the best relationship, but everything else is alright, so I can like rock with it, and you just keep going, and it's like a month goes by, months go by, years go by, and after a while you're like, damn, I'm in too deep, and I can't really go nowhere now. It's like,
you need the physical aspect. That's part of it. You need it. It doesn't have to carry it, and it can't be denied completely unless you're a nun and a priest, and then, you know, God bless you and all that good stuff.
For sure.
Another thing is physical violence. Physical violence, to me personally, should never be justified.
No.
I don't personally know you, we don't know you, but we would definitely have you evaluate your relationship if that's ever gone to that level.
And we understand it's hard to deal with that stuff, and it's hard to talk about that stuff and even ask for help. But I think speaking about it is how you ultimately take those steps to maybe getting out of that unhealthy relationship, because nobody knows what you're going through unless you speak about it.
Absolutely.
You gotta tell somebody. At the end of the day, you can't hold it in forever, because it's only gonna make you feel worse, and you're gonna be feeling trapped.
There are plenty of support groups. I encourage you to really look them up and get yourself out of it, because there are plenty of people that are willing to appreciate you for who you are, and you are perfect in your own way. Remember that. Is it time for a challenge?
I think it's challenge time.
So our talk down challenge is identify if anything that we've spoken during this entire show, if it rings true to your current situation. What we want you to do is evaluate if you're getting enough currently, and if you will get enough in the future from your current partner.
Chances are you already know the answer, so we challenge you to personally make that decision for yourself and try to find peace within yourself, man. Whatever it is you feel like you're going through, just stop making excuses for other people and start making changes in your life that will benefit you for yourself in the future, man.
This show is to talk things down for you. We care about you, not the other person. That's what you need to
If y'all both watching, then we care about both of y'all.
We love it. So there's a quote that I wanted to kind of really bring up before this is all over. And the quote is, love does not begin and end in the way that we seem that it think it does. Love is a battle, love is a war, and love is growing up. The episode is over, but the conversation continues.
For sure. Y'all already know. Y'all can check our description. Got all of our handles, Instagram, all of that stuff in there. Y'all can email us, send us DMs, ask us any questions. We're always here for y'all if y'all need anybody to talk to. And as always, we appreciate y'all checking out the show. Tell a friend to tell her friend to tell all of y'all friends to
follow us.
Yeah, both of y'all. But as always, we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all in the next episode, and everyone have a blessed day. Peace out. Yo, what's up, guys? Thanks for checking out that last episode.
The previous episodes, and then right there, there's a circular object.
It kind of looks like
with our logo
like
in
a
it.
pizza.
Yeah, it's round.
Click on it and subscribe, guys.
They love to talk down when I'm not around.
We'll see y'all next episode.